What if everything we think we know about strength is, well, wrong? We're going to dig into a really fascinating puzzle today that puts ancient power up against modern muscle. And trust me, the answer reveals a kind of strength most of us have completely forgotten about, and it might just change how you see everything.
Okay, so let's set the scene. Imagine a 180-pound Viking warrior, straight out of the 10th century, walking into a modern gym. He points to the biggest guy there, a 280-pound enhanced bodybuilder. We're talking a 100-pound difference in pure muscle. On paper, this should be an absolute slaughter, right?
But then they get down to it. First up, an arm wrestle. You'd bet the house on the modern giant, but something crazy happens. Just 8 seconds in, the bodybuilder's grip completely gives out. He's shaking, totally spent. The Viking? He barely looks like he's trying, not even a bead of sweat.
And it doesn't stop there. Next, they hit the rowing machine for an endurance test. The bodybuilder, he goes all out, but after 45 minutes, he's done, taps out. The Viking, though, he's still rowing 10 hours later. Some accounts even say he was singing songs while he did it. 10 hours.
So what is going on here? This makes absolutely no sense. How can a guy who's 100 pounds lighter be so completely dominant in tests of grip and especially endurance? It's a fantastic question, and the answer is going to challenge pretty much everything we've been taught about getting strong.
So first things first, let's just get the obvious out of the way. Modern bodybuilders are, well, they're huge compared to their historical counterparts. We know from skeletal remains that your average Viking warrior was about 5'9", maybe 180 pounds. An enhanced bodybuilder today? Easily 280 pounds or more at the same height. I mean, the size difference is just staggering.
And yeah, because of that sheer size and that very specific training, in any single all-out lift in a gym, the bodybuilder wins. It's not even a contest. Bench press, squat, deadlift, he would absolutely demolish the Viking. His entire body is a machine built for that one single explosive effort.
But here's where it gets weird. This is where the science throws us a curveball. When researchers like Professor Neil Price looked at actual Viking skeletons, they found something that just blew their minds. The bones had stress markers and muscle attachment points that were so developed, they pointed to a level of strength that, well, it just shouldn't be possible for a person of that size.
So what was their secret? How do they pull this off? Well, the answer comes down to one simple concept that we've kind of lost in modern fitness: work capacity. See, it's not about how much you can lift one time. It's about how much power you can sustain, how much real work you can do over a long period without completely falling apart.
In this chart right here, this really shows the deep divide. The bodybuilder's goal, it's aesthetics and hitting that 1-rep max. His method, isolated exercises, short sets, lots of rest. But the Viking's goal was way simpler: survival. His method was just constant real-world work. Rowing, chopping wood, fighting. The result wasn't just peak strength, it was this incredible functional capacity to just keep going.
This difference actually rewires the nervous system. Think about it. The bodybuilder's brain is programmed to go all out for a few seconds, and then it expects a nice long break. The Viking's brain, on the other hand, was programmed for continuous output, even when he was exhausted, because taking a break could literally mean life or death.
And here's probably the best way to think about it. Asking who is stronger is just the wrong question. It's like asking what's faster, a Formula One car or a tank. Well, on a perfectly smooth racetrack, it's the F1 car, no question. But put them on literally any other terrain, mud, hills, rocks, and suddenly the tank is the only one even moving. It all depends on the terrain.
So the gym, that's the F1 car's racetrack. It's a controlled environment, it's perfect. In here, the bodybuilder is the absolute king. On the bench press, in the squat rack, with the deadlift, his specialized power for that one big effort makes him the hands-down winner, every single time.
But now, let's change that terrain. Let's step out into the real world. Suddenly, the tasks are different. Rowing a long ship for days on end, hauling in heavy fishing nets until your back screams, building a shelter after you've already been working all day. This is tank territory. This is where the Vikings' unstoppable work capacity is the only thing that matters.
And that kind of leads us to a bit of an uncomfortable truth about a lot of modern fitness. We've made a trade. For many of us, we've swapped the real-world ability to do hard work for long periods, that's true functional capacity, for the appearance of strength, for aesthetic size.
So, what's the bottom line here? It's a few key things. First, strength is incredibly specific. You really do get what you train for. Second, true functional strength isn't just a big lift. It's about useful output over time. And, maybe most importantly, neither of these approaches is better. They're just different tools for totally different jobs.
All of this leaves us with a final thought to chew on. We are obsessed with that one question, how much can you bench? But maybe that's the wrong question entirely. Maybe the question we should be asking ourselves isn't just about how strong we are for a single second, but how long we can actually be useful. How long can you actually work?